And what's everybody? It's me, it's Joey Bags. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you're not new to the channel and you've watched all my other stuff, bro, welcome back. Thank you. Alright, today's video is actually going to be the second time I shoot this video. I tried this yesterday where I was kind of give you a wrap up of what I thought about the PXN versus the Moza R5. I even had a little portion where I was using my PXN wheels on my Moza base. The video ended up being like almost over an hour, and I'm just like, I'm like, nah, I can't do this to anybody. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go in and I'm going to talk over my ACC replays. So this is me at Spa-Francorchamps, and we'll just let this play out here. So yeah, we're only a minute in, so if you want the too long, don't want to watch, PXN beats the Moza. And the reason the PXN beats the Moza, the reason the PXN V12 DDL I think is the best entry-level direct drive wheelbase is because it gives you PlayStation, Xbox, and PC cross-compatibility. That is it. That's the only reason why. Well, it gives you that compatibility at a $550 price tag when purchased on Amazon, when available. I don't know when you're watching this. Right now, as is, they are completely out of stock on the Amazon warehouse. They are available on AliExpress, but the price that they're asking for on AliExpress, really it's the shipping that's making it absolutely ridiculous. You can find it for $459, the bundle. So it's the wheelbase, wheel, desk clamp, pedal bundle with the N5 adapter for the PlayStation. I mean, the whole bundle that I paid $550 for on Amazon, you can get it for $459. The problem is they want $300 in shipping. So let's go back to this. Between the Moza R5 and the PXN V12 DDL, or even the DDS, but I mean, that's a 10 Newton meter, so we really want to compare apples to apples, so we'll stay with the 6 Newton meter compared to the 5. The PXN beats out the Moza, and these are my reasons why. Console compatibility, console compatibility, console compatibility. You can get some console compatibility with the Moza R5 if you use a RAS solution. And it's true, while the Moza R5 bundle is $499, if you want to play it on PlayStation 5, you need to get a RAS solution 2. The RAS solution 2, the little blue one, which you know what, I'm gonna, it's right here, the RAS solution 2, that's about $100. I think they had a Black Friday sale. I don't think that's going on, but yeah, it's about $100. So you're looking at $499, tack on the $100, you're at now $599. The PXN bundle, when available on Amazon, is $550. That's that's taxes included. You know, Amazon, if you're a Prime member, you don't pay shipping. So there's that benefit. That's why the PXN beats out the Moza. When it comes to wheel availability, Moza beats out PXN, hands down. They've got a plethora of wheels. PXN has 2. The only good part is that because PXN also uses the NRG style quick release, you can use 3 of Moza's wheels that are available. The KS, which I have, the GS, which I don't have, and the FSR with the screen. Now those are like $279 for the KS, 4 something for the GS, and almost $800 for the FSR. Those wheels are awesome, and if I had the money, I would buy a GS or an FSR. But I don't have that much money to spend on a wheel. And honestly, if I did, I would buy a GSI wheel. That's my word. I would rather spend my money on a higher end component than kind of mid-tier Moza stuff at that price point. You know, because that really $800, almost $800 for that FSR rim, that wheel that has the little screen, or I can spend $1,000 to $1,300 on a GSI that blows it out of the water. So when it comes to wheel availability, Moza does beat it out. When it comes to power, I feel they're equal. When it comes to road feel, fidelity, definition, bumps, curbing, you know, all those little fine road details, I feel they're quite equal. At no point in time did I feel that I lacked anything with the PXN. I will say that once I turned, like, my first outing with the Moza, it did feel a little sharper than the PXN does. That could just be because I'm using a new wheelbase, and the new wheels, they're, you know, a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter than what I'm accustomed to using on PXN. Because, like, on my PXN, I'm using my big old heavy honkin', see if you can get this in screen, my big old honkin' Acelith, and that's like 300 millimeters across and kind of heavy. Compared to the KS wheel from Moza, that is much heavier. So that in itself is going to dampen some force feedback. On the Moza, actually, let's see. Let me disconnect this quickly. Hopefully it doesn't act up. All right, good. My replay didn't. I'm using the little formula adapter for the ES wheelbase. For the ES button box, I'm using that formula adapter that's like 30, I think it's like $40. Quite honestly, that has to be one of the best things I think any company has ever come up with thinking. I'll give kudos and my hats off and all the flowers to Moza on that one. Had a PXN, which, we're not gonna lie, I'm not gonna mince words, looks a lot of stuff that is very, very, very reminiscent of Moza stuff. If they went ahead and did the same exact thing for that PXN wheelbase, I think they would, you know, it would top it. Quite honestly, I wouldn't mind getting something done custom made like this for that PXN wheelbase. That would be awesome. But when it comes to wheel availability, Moza beats it out. Force feedback, they're quite equal, but the Moza does feel a little sharper because this wheel is lighter. Now, when I did use my Acelith wheel and PXN button box on the Moza R5, it did feel exactly the way it does on my 6 Newton meter PXN V12 DDL. So I'm really thinking it's the wheel, the weight and the heft of that wheel that's dampening some of the force feedback. The pedals, PXN beats Moza all day long. And quite honestly, if you look at them, actually, if you put them side by side, you'd be shocked to pick which one. If I pulled off all the badging, you wouldn't know whose is who. It's honestly, if you even look at Fanatec's basic Hall effect censored pedals, since Fanatec, Moza, and PXN, their base level, entry level pedals are all Hall effect. They all honestly quite work pretty much the same. I can't say on the Fanatec. I'm still waiting for my delivery of my Fanatec GT-DD Pro setup to come in, so I can add that in, so then I can have my super battle between Moza, Fanatec, and PXN. But PXN beats Moza on the pedals all day, every day. PXN includes the brake performance kit, that little spring with elastomer setup, that dampener that you can slide in real easy, toolless, and it really adds a solid pedal feel to that brake pedal. It's not load cell, but the resistance that it gives you, you go from judging how far you're pressing the pedal down to how much weight you're putting on the pedal, just like you would do on a load cell. So it's not a load cell in any way, shape, or form, but it will help you with muscle memory and how much pressure you're putting down on that pedal to let you know, or to help you get consistent brake pressure. I ended up having to buy that brake performance kit for the Moza setup, which is like another $50 I think or so I can kind of get that same feel, which I do. And now I can use my weight and muscle memory of how hard I'm pushing down that pedal and not how far I'm pushing down that pedal. But still, PXN beats it out. PXN also gives you an extra level of adjustability. So besides the fact that you can adjust how you mount your pedals to the pedal plate, and then your pedal plate gives you adjustments, the faces of PXN's pedals are also adjustable. So you can actually raise them up, and you can also tilt them. So I have my pedals at a slight tilt, and then to adjust for that tilt that I have, I change the face of the pedal so it's more flat, straight up and down, vertical. So when I'm wearing my socks, because I have my sim racing socks on, where the pedals are positioned, I'm able to easily press down on them and get that consistent pedal press that I'm looking for. Now, what I may do is I may put a piece of non-slip tape on those pedals, just because I kind of like having that firm grip. I'm not a fan of the whole sock slipping when you're braking, or using that kind of slip action to kind of modulate. I'm not a huge fan of that. But either way, pedals goes to PXN. Software-wise, Moza comes out on top when it comes to software. I really like the Pit House software. I think the Pit House software is much more usable than PXN's app and PXN's computer program. Like, the app for the computer is tedious. The app for the phone, just as tedious. Quite honestly, I tend to just set it one time and I never touch it again, unless I'm playing R Factor 2, because that has reverse force feedback. So I have to go in and, I mean, I know I could go into the game and just go negative on the force feedback to get the same result, but I really don't want to mess with... I already have problems with the force feedback settings with the PXN and R Factor 2. The Moza I didn't have any issues with. You know what? That'll be something we get into next, or, the particular sims that I use. But I have to go in through the app to change it to reverse force feedback on the PXN, and I don't like it. Moza, their phone app is great. Their PC software is awesome. So this is where I'm going to give Moza their due on that one. It's awesome. We'll go into the games. Assetto Corsa, my PXN is perfect. I have no problems with it. A Moza, perfect. No problems with it. ACC, perfect. No problems. PXN, perfect. No problems. R Factor 2. With the PXN, just because it's an unknown wheelbase, it's not popular. It doesn't have profiles. Setting it up is kind of a pain in the butt. The settings don't quite translate to a lot of the other companies, so getting the force feedback just right on the PXN for R Factor 2 has been quite a headache. I mean, it's been a headache to the point where there's a lot of times I would just rather not play it, just because I don't feel like dealing with it. On the other hand, the Moza, I had absolutely zero problems with it. I put it on reverse force feedback and went ahead, and it was exactly the way I wanted it to be. So Moza gets the point there. AMS2, both PXN and Moza are spot on perfect. I have absolutely no problems with them. AMS2, Race Room Evolution, both have zero problems. They work fine. It's awesome. EA WRC 2023. Once you get the profiles into the game for both Moza and for PXN, because both were not available at the launch of games, the force feedback is great. I actually like the force feedback a little bit more on the PXN. Dirt Rally 2, it was kind of the same thing. I mean, I know it's an older game, but, you know, since we're talking about Rally, it actually had the same problem where the device IDs weren't in the game originally. Once you get that set up, force feedback is fine. After that, really, that's pretty much all the sims that I'm on. So, Assetto Corsa, ACC, Race Room Evolution, R Factor 2, AMS 2. I'm sure I'm probably fit. Oh, iRacing. I've got a love-hate relationship with iRacing, and I have not renewed my subscription since I got the Moza. Actually, I need to renew it quite a few months ago. So I didn't actually I haven't used the Moza with iRacing just because I don't know if I want to pay them. Or should I say I don't know if I want to pay iRacing because it's whatever. So it is what it is. With the PXN, it was perfect. I had absolutely no problems with force feedback. Now, when we go to console, force feedback is on PlayStation 5. Once you adjust your settings, force feedback was great on Gran Turismo Sport, Gran Turismo 7, ACC. I play a little Assetto Corsa 2 on console on PlayStation 5. It's okay, you know, but I haven't had any issues with it. Now, I will, full disclaimer, I do get this weird disconnect from the wheelbase to the console, and it's kind of random. I could go an hour or two and it not happen, or then it could happen, you know, it'll happen 15, you know, it'll happen and then 15 minutes later it'll happen again. I'm not exactly sure what the issue is. I'm thinking it might be an issue with just Gran Turismo because I can't remember having that problem with ACC. Now we move over to and the Moza on the console using the resolution. The force feedback was a little weak, but I mean, you've got to accept the fact that you're kind of doing something you're really not supposed to. The R5 wasn't really designed to work with with a PS5, and you're using a middleman device, the resolution. So, you know, it is what it is at that point. I don't know what to say. It is what it is. On Xbox, the PXN is great. On Forza, I really enjoyed on Forza. On EAWRC 2023, it's phenomenal. The force feedback with the PXN is phenomenal. I was so happy with it. Forza Horizon 5, once you adjust the settings, it's fun. I don't really play it that much, so that is that. Forza 7, it's good. I, once again, don't play that too often, but I do have it. Dirt 5, I do have. I also don't play that often. Now, the issue with, I think, quite a few wheelbases is that there is no force feedback. So, with the PXN, I'm able to get some wheel weight, but actual force feedback, you know, road feel, I don't get. I'll see if that's any different when I get the Fanatec set up in. With the Moza R5 now, oh, well, you know what, ACC. ACC at first was giving me a problem where I couldn't, when you set it, the wheel as the input on one screen, when you went into actually race, it would go ahead and go back to controller. It was a huge issue, and it wasn't the issue that was isolated only to PXN. It was quite a few different wheelbases. There's a workaround for it that I tried a few times, didn't work out for me. I ended up trying my Elite 2 controller that I actually have to do the workaround, and it worked. And once that worked, the force feedback was good. I think the force feedback was good. I'd have to... Now I'd have to... I believe the force feedback was pretty good on that. You know what? I'll have to go back and check on that one, because I kind of remember. My memory could be a little damaged. But once I got the pedals working, everything was good again. I'll have to get back to you on the force feedback aspect of it. The Moza, working with the resolution, the force feedback was hit or miss. It was okay with Forza. It was okay with Forza Horizon. Dirt 5 just is, and ACC, I didn't have the issue with the controller or the wheel, but if I remember right, I think I did have a problem with force feedback. So, Moza on Xbox, I'm not going to give it the thumbs up. It's going to be eh. The PXN on Xbox, it's okay. You know, it's not bad. You know, it works. Fanatec, I'll find out once that finally gets here. Other than that, really, I'm on the last lap here. Let's go back into this, and we'll replay this again, so you guys can just see this. You know what? Maybe I'll even put up my results so you can kind of see. I know some people are probably a little bit fast in this, but a 229 for me, I'm pretty happy with. So, like I was saying, my final thoughts is that while the Moza wheelbase and its power I'm really happy with and I really like, and in some cases I can see where it slightly edges out the PXN, as an overall package, I think the PXN is a better purchase. Yes, it is a few dollars more. I mean, you're looking at $4.99 plus taxes. You know, that's about maybe, yeah, it's actually probably about the same. They probably come out to about the same price. What the PXN gives you is console compatibility, which Moza does not, and they give you the brake performance kit, which Moza does not. And you get a regular round wheel. Well, you get the regular round wheel from PXN also, so we won't count that against it. But you don't get the brake performance kit, which is actually a big deal. That is like a major deal, which I'm going to tell you. That should be, if you get a Moza R5, if you decide to go with the Moza, which, you know, no hate to you, if you're strictly PC, get the Moza, because you can't find PXN right now. And it's a good quality wheelbase. But you're going to spend extra money on small things like the Formula wheel adapter. That's, you know, like 40-50 bucks right there. The brake performance kit, that's another 40-50 bucks. So, you know, that's like another $100 you're adding onto it. If you want to play it on console, you're going to have to get this thing. That's going to be another $100 there. So you're slowly creeping up on cost to do other things. If you're strictly going to play with the stock wheel on your PC, I think the Moza R5 is fine. If everything aligns and PXN is available, buy a PXN though. I think the PXN V12 DD is the better buy. Now, I'll throw a little curveball to you. The 10 Nm DDS seems to be always available at Micro Center. It is essentially the same exact wheelbase, just 10 Nm. The same quick release, the same ports in the back, the same software. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with the pedals. Now, if you're on PC, you're strictly on PC, you can get that wheelbase. I believe they have it on sale now for $3.99. The wheel that they have available for that one is the 13-inch V12 CW. This is the button box from that wheel. This right here is the button box from it. I have the round wheel up on the wall. It's a very good wheel, a nice hefty wheel that would go with a 10 Nm base. If you can't find the PXN V12 DDL, if you can't find the 6 Nm available to purchase on Amazon, you can get the 10 Nm one from Micro Center. And it also comes with the N5 dongle in the box to play it with PS5. The problem is, you will have to get a separate wheel. Now, the good part is that because it uses the NRG style quick release, you can get different wheels. As long as that wheel connects to your PC, you can use that wheel on the PXN wheelbase. Unfortunately, you probably won't be able to use it on console. So to use it on console, you'll have to use a PXN wheel, just because of the proprietary wireless communication between the wheel and the base. But if you're only using it on PC, that is an option. Pick your favorite pedals, get that wheelbase. You can get that wheel, get another wheel, and you're good to go. If that's not the route you want to go, you can always look on AliExpress and look for whoever has the cheapest shipping. But I'm sorry, PXN, I know you don't want to hear this. I cannot okay or justify the $800 or $700 price tag of shipping. You know, the $700 including shipping for this wheelbase. $650 would be the absolute most I would push it. At $650, I would be like, I would have a little pause and I would have to think about this. I would want you to think about your use case. I love the PXN, and I really think the PXN beats out the Moza in the points that I specified. You know, and the biggest one being console compatibility. But it not being available right now kind of throws a little monkey wrench into it. That's also why I ordered a GTDD Pro, because Fanatec, while they're expensive as hell, because they really are, you can work out console compatibility with the correct wheelbase and the correct wheel. Little lesson: connectivity for PlayStation requires a security chip in the base. That's why Fanatec charges you that extra for what they had to pay for that chip in their base. Microsoft compatibility is in the wheel, so you can get a PlayStation compatible wheelbase, throw on a Xbox compatible wheel, and you can actually use that across both systems. You can use the Xbox wheel on PlayStation, and you can use that Xbox wheel on the on the Xbox. You can use the Xbox base with, or should I say, you can use the PlayStation base with the Xbox wheel, or another wheel on the PlayStation. Now, when it comes to Xbox, it has to be an Xbox compatible wheel. You're kind of stuck with that. Like the wheel has to say it works with Xbox. The unfortunate part, to do that, you're looking at about $1,000, $998 to be exact, including ground shipping. That in itself is crazy. But we're talking Fanatec's pedigree here. So this is really where we're at. You know, when we discuss Fanatec, we discuss the fact that they have pedigree, they have history, they have a track record of producing quality components, quality equipment. You know, yes, their customer service is lacking. Yes, their communication is lacking. Yes, it's a little confusing when you order things and they say fully shipped and you've got no tracking number or anything. Ask me how I know. But you cannot deny the fact that Fanatec has that name. PXN does not, neither does Moza. So if you know you can't get PXN and Moza's kind of you can always consider the Fanatec, but understand that Fanatec is going to cost you a lot of money. And I'll have that review soon enough, and I'll put the three of them head to head. But really, when it comes down to it, my suggestion, or at least what I feel, the PXN's the better choice. And however you're able to source that out, you know, go ahead and do it. I don't think you'll regret your purchase. And just with the fact that you'll have that console compatibility, if that's a thing for you, like it is for me, you know, you're ahead of the game. All right, we're coming up on the 30-minute video. I wanted to keep this somewhat short and sweet for you guys. So thank you all for watching. We're at like 178 subs now. Guys, thank you so much. My multinational conglomerate of viewers, my coalition of viewers from all over the world, I thank you guys so much. I'm so appreciative of all the comments, of all the views, all the thumbs ups, all the questions. just pile them into the comments of whatever video it is you're watching. If there's a question that comes up, I will answer you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys. You make me doing this, or should I say, your thumbs up, your subbing, your questions makes me want to do this more. You give me that motivation to keep going, to make these videos, and to just improve and bring you the best content I can. So guys, thank you so much. I'll catch ya on the next one. Oh, if you watch to the end, put into the comments, Joey Bags is slow. Because, you know, a 229, that's not really that fast. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, sub, hit that thumbs up, get me to the top of the algorithm, and hit that notification bell so that way you know when the videos are coming. Alright guys, peace.